So I've had a lot of guys ask me to do more grain content. I've talked about a little bit about before on some questions I've answered on Instagram and probably in a few of these earlier videos. We're not a grain farm. We do apples, peaches, grapes. That's kind of what I want to stick with. Not saying if I'm out helping a guy, maybe get a video in there. But this is one of our soybean. What's on our soybean field? We own the ground, but we rent it out for somebody to put soybeans on until we put trees in it. And probably this isn't a very big spot, but this is gonna have some trees in it next year probably, because it's a pretty good site. The reason the beans are so short on it, not even up to my knee, and dry down so well, it's one of the sandier knolls on the farm. We have really heavy ground, but this is where these peaches are, sandy. When you get to that high density block right there, black dirt. Where those red delicious are, black dirt. The grapes, black dirt. It's literally this small little section here where we put these new peaches is a sandy knoll of the farm. And we're starting to get, right now we are September 28th. And if you guys can probably tell by now, after watching this video, all the videos haven't lined up with where we're at in the season. I've been taking a lot of videos when I can, but haven't posted a bunch. That's just because we've been extremely busy this year, and I just don't have a lot of time to sit down and edit. Most of these videos are going to be more unedited anyway, and it's going to be a lot more of kind of what you see the few other channels. I want to bring more education than anything. Some of the beans here close to my waist, but hopefully you guys like it. If you have any, feedback, comments, anything you want to make, put down in the comment section. Tell me what you guys want to see more. If I get a chance to show fields like this, I'll go to some cornfields here next. I will, and walk around, see what I'm seeing in the crop. I've done agronomy for 3 years now, so I've been in a lot of different crops. But the main three we stick with, like I said, is apples, peaches, and grapes. So that's mainly what I want to tell you guys about, because there's not a lot of channels like that. So hopefully you guys will stick with me on it. But anyway, about this block, or this little soybean field here, it may be low 40s. This ground that all of our farm is on is some pretty fertile ground, so even on a dry, crappy year like we've had, we can pull 15 bushels on beans higher than other fields, and corn sometimes 30 or 40 bushels higher. We're extremely lucky where we're at. We have very high ground, very fertile ground. It's amazing for growing peaches, apples, and grapes. Exactly why those crops are grown here. The reason there's fields like this and grain on the farm is we did used to do grain, not anything very large scale, but a few hundred acres. We've always been fruit, but we did a few hundred acres for a little bit. Market crashed, and we just went to all fruit. So, and a lot of these fields is where actually this Red Delicious block used to be, this whole section here, and where these new peaches are. But Red Delicious are not a very wanted variety, not a very wanted apple, and so there's not a lot of money in them. And if you don't have a market to sell something, why grow it? So we pushed them out, and we'll replace these fields with something, a more marketable variety. But until that happens, we might as well get some profit off the ground, and we make more money renting the ground out than we do farming it ourselves for grain. The soybeans, I think I've talked about this in an earlier video too, they add nitrogen to the soil, so that's pretty helpful. You know, it's good when we get a tree in here, get it growing to the top wire faster for the new high density systems. It breaks up, I don't know if it gets into the hard pan, but it breaks up the soil, airs it out. Any nematodes or any apple pest or disease that could still be left in this ground, getting that few years out of it is really nice. If we don't put trees in this next year, we'll let somebody put corn in it and then do one more year of beans and then plant trees. We don't like planting in the corn fodder. It's hard to see your lines. It makes a mess planting. And it seems to come with harder growing problems. The trees don't really grow as well. You lose a few more. And I think what helps really is the beans leave some nitrogen left in the soil as corn just kind of leaches it out. And so the beans help those trees get a little bit of a better start. But this bean field, for the most part, is probably the farthest along on the farm, being it's the sandiest site. There's probably 2 other fields in the area that are farther along than this. Nobody's started harvesting yet, but about 15 minutes south of here, headed towards Indiana, I saw today on my Instagram, posted on my story, a guy did some test passes. So maybe some guys will get going here soon. I'm not real sure. A few guys have asked me, am I going to help a grain farmer this fall too? It's a possibility depending on when apples get over. Actually, I'll walk over to this field real quick. We checked these today, probably a couple hours ago. They're still green. I know you're looking at the apple thinking it's ready to go, but you bite into it, it's green, the sugar's just not there. We gotta keep waiting. Really want the sugar in these apples. They want them as ripe as they can get them. So I'd say fresh market wise, we'll pick these within a week or so, at least a different block. This red block is for processing. I know we're probably 2 weeks out on it. I hope not. We got some 80s coming up that may help ripen them a little bit faster. We're running out of stuff to pick, and to keep your workforce, you better be picking every day. These past few days of rain didn't really help us, but it slowed the pickers down with where they're at. But now we got a mud mess everywhere too, so you get what you get, I guess. But yeah, so thought I'd throw a little video together real quick of what I'm seeing in some soybeans. Yields definitely aren't going to be great this year. I mean, it's dry. These pods, even, they're not crazy heavy. Beans aren't crazy tall. Nowhere on dry land. And what's in the pods, a lot of times, like right here, this is a pod of 3. Well, grab another. So this is a pod of 3. The last one I dropped, the top bean was actually missing. Let's see if we can do this one-handed. They're tough. So you can see these beans definitely know they're turning. They got a while to go still. A lot longer than a lot of guys want to be seeing. A lot of guys, they want to be going right now, but Mother Nature will let you do what she wants you to do, and you better be ready to work with her for any crop you're growing. So yeah, that's kind of what what I'm seeing. Maybe some of these will surprise us. I don't know. Maybe we'll go look at a cornfield here in a few days. A lot of the corn area, there's like one field that I've seen is starting to dry down, or is almost dried down, maybe 2. Some are just starting, and some are still just green. And we were calling for an early frost. Heat's turning off on us. We're gonna have 2 days of 80s. It's been cold for probably a week and a half now. 60s. So we're gonna have these 280 days, and then after the 280 days, it's gonna drop to 59. and then stay in the 60s. But I mean, we are almost to October. It's that time. The plantings were late. We're all gonna have to work what we got. You know, gotta get the apples off. Grape harvest. Maybe a week left, we'll be done. So we do what we can. And then, I mean, if a grain guy needs help a year like this, you know, I'm gonna go help. You know, it gets me a few more hours, makes a little more money before I'm really done for a couple weeks until trimming starts up, when everything goes dormant. But I want to see everybody get all their crops off, everybody do good. I mean, we're all in the same crappy boat together. So we're all going to succeed together or fail together. So hopefully, if I get some time, help some of these guys get these beans and corn off as fast as possible. It's going to be extremely wet, and dryers are going to be running. If a guy doesn't have a dryer, it's not going to be good. They're going to get hit pretty hard, no matter what granary they're going to take to. So all luck for all of you out there already harvesting or getting ready to harvest. You know, I wish you the best of luck. You know, send me pictures of what you guys going on. Maybe I'll throw it on my Instagram. Throw it on your story, tag me. I'll throw it on my story, and let's see what everybody's got going on. So if you guys like this video, like and subscribe. Check out my Instagram at K Farms, and I'll see you for the next one.